If you're like me, you look around the FPS space and realize that the most popular games right now are the same games that were popular 5 or more years ago. Apex Legends, Fortnite, Rainbow Six Siege, hell, Counter-Strike 2 just released, and we're still playing DE, Dust 2, and Inferno, albeit with a new coat of paint and some pretty cool new smoke tech. But with that said, I know I can focus on the negative aspects of this, but I'd rather use this channel to spread a lot of hopefulness and maybe just a little bit of copium for the future of the FPS space by telling you about 5 upcoming games that I'm excited about that aren't Modern Warfare 3. The links to all of these games will be down below so you can go wishlist them and follow along with their progress. With the release of Tarkov back in 2015, the extraction shooter genre was firing on all cylinders, with tons of companies trying to cash in on the hype and failing spectacularly in the process. One game that is grabbing a ton of people by the balls and getting them excited is Beautiful Light, a PvPvP extraction shooter where 6 squads of 3 are tasked with entering, securing, and extracting an artifact in a hostile, horrific environment. Now, I've only covered this game once, and that's simply because at the time, I just wasn't sold. I participated in a playtest a few months back, and there were some pretty dope things to be excited about. Their animations, the visuals, the gameplay, the audio, and the gameplay loop itself was pretty cool, combining PvP with PvE horrific monsters around a map that actually has objectives to complete to push through the scenario. I was kind of impressed, but it still felt a little too early to jump on the hype train and full send into this project. Now, since I've played, they've held a few more tests with more changes and additions, with another one coming soon, and in those tests, the content creators that I trust who have played the game, they said that they felt the improvements and are excited. I realize now that a lot of my hesitation for supporting this project is the fact that, just to be frank, everyone around them is failing. And after thinking about it more, that shouldn't be a reason to not try to show support to an indie team. If I based my support off of other companies' successes and failures, I'd probably never cover video games again. Beautiful Light is having another playtest soon, and I'll be sure to give you guys a dedicated video to the game when I can. For everything else, their link is down below. This next one is going to make some of you shudder just by looking at it, but ride with me for just a moment. Imagine taking the gameplay of Valorant. I know you're already clicking off the video. Just stop. Just take your TikTok brain and watch for 30 more seconds, okay? Take the gameplay of Valorant, strip all of the crazy over-the-top hero shooter stuff, and instead bring in the gadgets, the classes, and the pacing of like a Rainbow Six Siege. Then make the game mode a 4v4v4 attack and defend, one life mode, and you have yourself a winner. That is Ara Prime, and it's being developed by Fall Damage, who are comprised of veteran developers from companies like DICE. Yes, former Battlefield developers are working on this game, and no, this isn't Embark Studios who are working on the finals. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. I've played a handful of the playtests for Ara Prime, and I'm one of the most vocal content creators for this game in the fact that I just want it to release so I can play it every fucking day. I know that this game would replace games like Rainbow Six Siege for me. This is some of the most enjoyable tactical gameplay that I have found, and even though my audience has written the game off as a Valorant clone without even fucking playing it, I can assure you there is so much more under the hood here that makes this game unique and just a complete joy to play. When it comes out, which is hopefully next year, I'll be on this like white on rice and playing the shit out of it. Recently, it was announced that Fall Damage was acquired by Fragbite Group, which should give them the resources to really bring this game to the forefront of the gaming space. Another game that's making heads turn recently is Body Cam, a realistic first-person shooter that's cashing in on the hype of Unrecord. Yes, these are 2 different games. Body Cam is a PvP multiplayer experience, while Unrecord is a single-player title. Now, Body Cam has recently put out some demo gameplay and was apparently supposed to release at the end of September, which obviously never happened. Not quite sure what's going on there, but my excitement for this game comes from the fact that it's fucking different than anything else we have seen in the multiplayer space. It's unique. It's a different player controller, and the last time we had something like this was, I guess I would say Boundary, which I guess kind of fell flat on its face a little bit. And I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with this game here, but where my excitement comes from is the fact that it's supposed to be releasing soon, and we can finally get our hands on this body cam style realistic gameplay that a lot of companies are now trying to jump on the hype train after Unrecord dropped and went completely viral. I want to get my hands on this for one sole reason. I need to see if this is a viable way to play video games, because watching the gameplay, the visuals excite me because it looks great. The fact that it is so realistic also excites me, but it's just for the fact that it's something so different and something that we haven't really seen before in the gaming space. I'm just excited to get confirmation that it's either really, really good or it's fucking trash. Some of the demo gameplay they put out features Nuketown, which I think actually looks pretty cool. But again, I think my excitement comes from the fact that watching the gameplay will not do it justice. You have to feel this game. So when it comes out, best believe I'm going to be in there. Now, if you watched my last video, you know that I'm diving headfirst into the VR space with the Quest 3. And in that video, I covered a mod for Half-Life Alyx called Gunman Contracts. Well, turns out that the mod maker, A&B Seth, is creating his own full VR experience. As a VR fan, this mod was some of the best that I've ever played, and the fact that this is now a modder turning full game dev, that just excites me. It reminds me of the old NWI days back in Insurgency Source before they became so corporate. I'm excited to see where this goes, and we'll have a full video follow-up on all of the devlogs very, very soon. But for now, I'm gonna throw up some gameplay that he just shared on Twitter the other day that I think you guys might like. And finally, my most anticipated FPS game of all time, the finals. I know, it's not another milsim that'll die off in a week. Exact opposite, actually. This game is fast-paced, bullet spongy, and over-the-top fun, and it's being developed by former Battlefield developers who went and made their own company, Embark Studios. And at first, I thought it was weird that they announced this after Arc Raiders and thought that they might be stretching themselves too thin. After playing it, Arc Raiders, if it means that the finals can breathe full life. I've been scratching my neck every single day since the last beta test, and I'm just sitting here wondering when the hell I can jump back in. Once you understand the flow, the combat, the sponginess, and the gameplay loop, this is some of the most addicting FPS gameplay that I've experienced in years, and is the sole reason why I can't stand small, limited beta tests anymore. I'm tired of playing experiences that are this good and then just not being able to play them the next week. Ara Prime is the same way. But the thing is, Ara Prime actually talks and posts and stays connected. Embark just goes radio silent, which I guess is maybe a good tactic to keep people in suspense. But I'll be honest, this game just really did a number on me and showed me that you can have unique, fun experiences that still feel familiar. Now, we do know that the game is still set to release soon. In a video from Rockhound Black, which I will have linked down below, he found some developer comments in which they said that feedback from the summer test will be assimilated into the game ahead of one more planned beta test before the game launches on both PC and console, with a full marketing campaign later this year. So that tells me that they are looking to launch a beta here any day now, and shortly after that, the launch, which I guess I would say would be in Q1 2024. If that is accurate and nothing catastrophic has happened between the summer test and now, I am fucking ready to full send a rotation of Modern Warfare 3, Rainbow Six, and the finals. But I turn the mic over to you. What games are you looking forward to? I feel like we could talk about the negativity in the FPS space for years on end, and trust me, I have. I've seen quite a few comments from subscribers of this channel in which they say that they don't look forward to games anymore. All these games are trash, blah, 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 blah. And like, my thing is like, guys, I'm getting older. I'm looking for experiences. I'm looking for games that can just give me some fun times that I can play with my friends and just have fun. And my thing is this, if I ever get to a point where I'm just not looking forward to anything because everything is trash and life sucks, then I might as well just close up shop. I'm always going to be a gamer at heart. I love this industry. As much as I bitch about things, talk down against bad practices, I still love gaming, and I still want to talk about the positives instead of always focusing on the negative. The FPS space is kind of fucking dry right now. Let's talk about the things that are gonna wet my whistle. And I think it makes for a pretty good video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, a dislike if you didn't, and if you did dislike it, fuck yourself. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.